Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here, bringing you another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Sunday. And this is a really strange angle for me, but I want to try this. I want to see if people like this angle shot. So I'm recording it in a different angle shot. I just want to see what happens if I do this. So today I'm gonna go over someone's resume. So someone gave me their resume, and I asked them if I could go over their resume, and I told them that if I'm gonna go over your resume, I'm gonna criticize it, and I'm also gonna tell you what you have to do to make it better. And he said, sure, why not? And I said, all right, cool. I don't want to. I'm not gonna put your name or anything in there, but I don't want to also, I don't want you to get mad when I'm honest with you, because when I look at resumes, I'm very honest with people, and I try not to make them feel bad. But I looked at his resume, and he has a lot of work to do. So without further ado, let's go right into it. So he is trying to get into IT, and he's telling me that he's been posting his resume and hasn't been getting any hits at all with his resume. I'm gonna look at it together today, and I'm gonna show you how you could improve your resume and how he could improve his resume. And then you could, based on what I'm gonna say, maybe you have these problems or these mistakes that you're doing that you're not aware of, and that's the reason why no one's calling you or giving you a chance in IT, because your resume is not the best resume in the world. So you probably have to edit it or fix it. So let's get into that. If you're new to my channel, I make IT videos. I do desktop support videos. I do IT support videos. I do CompTIA videos. I do IT meetings, and I do a lot of videos on IT or how to get into IT. So just follow me, hit the notification button, and if you need help with anything, let me know. Feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at my email address. All right, let's get right into this. So now the angle's a little weird, but I'm gonna try this. So we are going to look at this resume. So his name is Matthew. Obviously I didn't put his whole full name in there because I didn't want anyone to see his name. So he had his address here, which is fine. So when you have a resume, you could put your address there. There's no issue with that. I don't care about that. I care about the other stuff. So, the first thing that really concerns me, that scares me actually, is the fact that his resume is 4 pages. That really scares me. Why does that scare me? That scares me because when you have a resume, it should not be longer than at least a page. Page and a half, you'll get away with it, but if it's a resume that's more than 2 pages, you're gonna no one wants to see no one wants to see more than 2 pages on the resume. The recruiter, the interviewer, the company, any type of IT company, they see the resume and they're gonna just grab your resume and put it in another pile, and then be like, you know what, I don't want to read this. It's too much. So they're gonna just throw it in the garbage. So your resume needs to be at least 2 pages. If it's 1 page, perfecto, perfect. But if it's 2 pages, if you could make it 1 page, is even better. But the most I would say is 2 pages. Like my resume is 2 pages, and I never had issues with my resume. I never had people call me all the time with 2 pages on the resume, but 4 pages is way too much. Do not make it 4 pages or 3 pages. It's too much. No one has time to read all that. Even me, like if I were to hire you and see 4 pages on the resume, I won't hire you because I don't like to read 4 pages on the resume. And even a manager when I want to read 4 pages on the resume. So, all right. So we're gonna go back into this. So you have skills in summary and you have computer skills. There's a way to combine them together. So if I was you, I have a sample resume here. It's around here somewhere. There it is. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab this one. I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna paste that there. So if I was him, I'll put his first name here, his street address, zip code, contact information, skills and summary. I'm gonna go back into my other resume. I'm gonna take. It's gonna be a little different from all the other resumes. You're gonna hit copy. So skills. I'm gonna get skills. And I'm gonna go to his resume, right? See how it has all these skills. Like you don't need it. You don't need to have a driver's license and a reliable car. You don't need to have that. That doesn't make any sense. So this we could put them together. So it would be something like this. So put whatever you have. So if you know how to do in-depth knowledge Microsoft, and XP is expired already, so you don't want to talk about that. We could talk about 7. We're gonna delete that. Put 10 in there. We're gonna put for skills. We're gonna put server 2016. Server 2019 since there is server 2019 now. No R2. R2 is not needed. And then we're gonna put as well as experience with Mac OS X, VMware, and virtual machines. And then for experience, server softwares include Microsoft SQL. We don't know how to do SQL, so we're gonna put Outlook. We're gonna put SSCM, which is I went over that in the video, so I went over SSCM. 2019 software configuration operations manager. We're gonna put that in there. Let's see. So none of this. PowerShell. You don't know PowerShell, so I'm gonna delete that. Again, this is an entry level resume. So VMware Sphere. We're not gonna put that there. We'll put Exchange 365 because I gone over that. Some experience web design. We're not gonna put that. Some experience with web design. Okay, nope, we're not gonna put that. So I'm gonna delete all that. Okay. Experience with Active Directory. Yes. DNS, ECP, and other servers such as blah blah blah. Yeah. Experience with distribution group creations, security groups, and password resets on Active Directory. So I went over all that. Creation, experience with mailbox creation and Outlook profile configuration. All right, languages you don't gotta put. If you know a second, like if you know another language, if you know any language like Spanish or French or Italian or whatever, put that language in there. English, don't put English. English doesn't make any sense because you already know English. Everyone knows English. It doesn't make any sense for me to put English. So don't put English in there. So I'm gonna delete that. Education definitely makes sense for you to put your high school or the school you went into. I wouldn't. Well, you can put the dots. Well, you don't have to put a dot. So I'll put this here. Move that to the right. Now, let's go back to the other resume, right? Give me a second. Go back to the other resume. So this is the resume I was looking at. So I'm gonna do it this way. You see what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna grab this, right? I'm gonna go back into his. I'm gonna do a space. I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna copy all this. Paste. I'm gonna delete all this. I'm gonna leave it like that. And then you're like, Kevin, should I? So this is the thing is that some people don't have A+, don't have Network Plus, they don't have Security Plus. They're new in IT. They just started. They're trying to get their first job in IT, and they're studying their A+. Do I put I have A+ on my resume? Yes, you do. I'll show you what to write or what to do. So, personal certifications, you will put CompTIA A+, and you will put something like currently studying A+. Currently studying. Same thing if you're doing Network Plus. Currently studying. And then like, Kevin, I'm lying on my resume. No, you're not lying on your resume. You're telling the employer that you're studying the A+, you're studying the Network Plus. That means you're finding ways to make yourself better. Why am I putting the A plus on the resume? I'm putting the A plus on the resume because when they search for you online, they use an algorithm. They use as like a keyword search. They search the system, and usually they search for people that have A plus. So when you put that you have A plus or you're studying A plus, you have a higher rate or higher chance of showing up on your resume for someone that's looking for a job. So what I mean by that is basically when HR, IT manager, anyone that works in IT that's trying to look for an employer, they basically are gonna search for someone that has the A plus, or someone that is an entry level tech, or has some sort of hands-on experience or some sort of A plus certification. So putting the A plus will actually help you, and actually people that don't have the A plus, they won't put it because they don't have it. This is the best way to do it. This will eliminate the other people that are competing against you that are trying to get the same job, if that makes sense. So to make yourself unique, you want to put the A plus on the resume. The reason for that is because it shows that you're actually studying and doing something as opposed to doing absolutely nothing. So that means you're working restaurant, you work probably in a hospital, you work in retail, and you're not doing anything. So basically, you're telling the employer, I'm studying the A plus right now. I'm trying to get into IT. I'm trying to transition from my current job to IT. Even though my current job is not IT related, I am studying the A plus. So I definitely want to get into IT because I'm studying the A plus. You're basically telling the employer that you're studying some sort of certification that has to do with IT. That's why I put that on the resume. So I tell people to put that on the resume. Even though they don't have it, I would put it on the resume because it tells the employer that you're trying to study or do something that's IT related. When I first started my first job in IT, I put I was currently studying the A plus, and I immediately got like 4, 5, 6, 7 phone calls because I did that. I wasn't doing that before. That was like one of the biggest mistakes I made as a IT new guy or IT newbie, is I didn't put any certifications on my resume, and I would never get a single phone call from anyone on my resume. As soon as I added that I'm studying the A plus, a bunch of people started to call me, and I don't want you guys making the same mistake. I want you guys to actually avoid making the same mistake and actually putting that you're studying the A plus, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm doing that, and that's why I'm putting it on this resume. This is the right way to do it. I know it sounds like you're lying. You're not lying. You're basically telling the employer you're actually studying and doing something. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. So, work experience. So he has like too much work experience, which is fine. Like, I want to make this into just 2 pages only. So he got promoted and everything. It's totally fine. We don't need any of this. This is probably page 2. I'm guessing this is page 2. Yeah, this is page 2. So we're gonna delete all this. This doesn't make any sense to have. Let me just go back for a second. Yeah, I was looking at this and I'm like, dude, you have so many pages on your resume. You shouldn't be having too much stuff on your resume like this. This is crazy. No, you will never get a phone call because you have too much on your resume. He's like, is this too much? I'm like, yes, it's too much, man. It's too much. So, just gonna go back a little bit. So we don't need this. See, you see how I reduced the resume from 4 pages to 2 pages, simply and easy. That's how you have to do it. Make your resume short and sweet, straight to the point. List everything you do. Don't overcomplicate things, and basically, don't put all your jobs. Like, if you have 2 jobs that you work, put your 2 jobs. But if you have 7 or 8 or 10 jobs, don't do that. Don't put all your jobs. We only want to see your current job. So if you're working your current job, that's 2019, put that in there. If you have a job before that has to do with customer service in some shape or form, put that in there too. Any job that you have that you could put on your resume, put it in there, because you probably don't have IT experience, so you want to put something there. Me, when I first started, I worked in restaurant for 3 years. I was a supervisor, and I put that on my resume. People call me because I was studying the A plus. So definitely put something there. Don't put nothing in your resume. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't put too much and don't put too little. Just put the right amount on your resume, if that makes sense. All right. let's go back into this. So that one looks a lot better. I'm gonna go back to the other resume. So this is a sample resume. See how it says references? I don't have to do that. So we're gonna go back into his resume, his work experience. We're gonna do simply. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna do employment history. Copy. All right. We got rid of that now. So then we're gonna go back. He worked in Macy's. He worked in a supermarket, and then that's it. That's all you gotta do. See how easy that was, and I'm putting his current job. So he worked April 2009 2016, and he graduated. He graduated in 2013, and he worked April 2015 to April 2015, October 2015, which is fine. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. You gotta figure a way out to make it unique. He doesn't seem like he has a break. He has a break on his resume, which is what I had. I had a break on my resume. What does that mean? So that means I missed a couple of months of not working. I wasn't working for 3 months or 4 months. He has the same thing that I have. I had a break on my resume, and it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's totally fine if you have a 3 month, 4 month, 6 month break on your resume. You probably have a personal or a valid excuse for not looking for a job or for not getting a job. My excuse was because I went on a job interview, and I had a break on my resume. I had like a big giant 4 month break, 6 month break on my resume, and I went to the employer. I was gonna work for J.P. Morgan as a desktop support engineer, and I didn't get that job because the other job that I had two jobs that wanted to hire me at the same time when I first started IT. J.P. Morgan was paying me $15 an hour, and then the other job, you guys probably don't know this. I never spoke about this. So J.P. Morgan was paying me $15 an hour, and then the other job was paying me $22 an hour. So I chose the one that was paying me $22 an hour. I had two offers, and both companies asked me the same questions on why do you have a break on your resume, Kevin? Kevin, why do you have a break on your resume? That doesn't make any sense. And then I told them, oh, my dad got sick. He took dialysis, so I was taking care of my dad at the time. I have a valid excuse for having my resume like that. I was taking care of my dad, so I didn't have time to go to school. I didn't have time to work. I didn't have time to do anything. I was taking care of my dad the entire time. So that's the reason why I don't have job experience for 3 months or 4 months. And then, okay, that's a valid excuse. That makes sense, Now, if you don't have a valid excuse, then that becomes a problem. You got to have some sort of valid excuse. You can't just have a 3, 4, 5, 6 month break on your resume because it doesn't look good. It does not look good for you. It doesn't look good for the employee that's trying to hire you, the employer that's trying to hire you. It just doesn't look good. You have to have some sort of valid excuse as to why you have a giant bracket break on your resume. You can't just put nothing there. You have to have something on your resume, but at the same time, if you have nothing on your resume, that means you haven't been doing anything. That's not good. You have to have something there. So that's pretty much it. So let's go back into the resume. So full-time, your name, your skills, your education. He's studying the A+, he's studying the Network Plus. He went for a high school. And then that's it. That is pretty much it in a nutshell. So this is how I would make a resume. This is how I would edit the resume. It would not be 3 pages. It won't be 4 pages. If you have a resume that's like 1,000 pages, people are not going to read that. And he put, he didn't put, I put that he's studying A+ and Network Plus. It's because when they search for people that are looking for work, basically, he'll show up on the system because he's studying the A+. And then when they ask him about it, I'm studying the A+. I'm trying to get my A+. I'm in the process of getting it. What's your expectation date? What's your expected date to get it? And then you tell them, I'm maybe a couple months, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, but you put that on the resume. Show that you're actually doing something that's IT related. And then you could put more stuff in here. Like, I'm gonna go back to my other screen. Yeah, you could go back here, and you could put like hands-on training, hands-on, something like this, hands-on training with hands-on training with the ticketing system, Jira, because I went over Jira. You could also put hands-on training with hardware support, such as changing memory, hard drives, and graphics cards. There's stuff like that. See, it's just a little something there, so you could get creative with it. Get creative with your resume, and that's stuff that you actually know how to do. But don't lie in your resume. Put stuff that you actually know how to do, like hands-on. That you know how to change memory, change the hard drives, change this, change that. You know how to do Server 2016. You know how to do Server 2019. You know how to do password resets. You know how to do distribution groups. All that you put it on the resume. All that you put it on the resume. Even though you're not doing it in your job, your current job, you're working retail or whatever, restaurant, whatever, put it on your resume anyway. It shows that you actually know what you're doing. It shows that you know what you're talking about. Don't be afraid to put it on your resume. And they ask you questions about it in an interview, you know how to answer it because you did hands-on training. You did a lab on it and stuff like that. So I hope that makes sense, okay? So that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope this video helps you out if you're new to IT or if you're trying to work on your resume. I could sit here and talk all day. I'm not going to do that. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Please let me know. Maybe you're scared to put something on your resume. If you want me to help you out or you want me to look at something, let me know. I'll look at your resume. Obviously, I'm not going to yell at you. I'm just going to let you know, this looks bad, man. Fix this, fix that, give you advice on it. So, all right, guys. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Okay? Take care. Peace. Adios.